From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth. We still have a couple different fires burning within the viewing area, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. Starting off in Kittitas County, we have the Squaw Creek fire burning 2 miles to the north of the Lauderdale Junction, just shy of 350 acres, 72% contained. And the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office has lifted all. Remember, there were just level 1 evacuations in place as of yesterday morning, but those have been lifted, so no more evacuations in place for the Squaw Creek fire. Certainly some very good news there. And then for the Williams Mine fire, still we're stuck at 13,000 acres and 32% contained, still hoping to get that big containment jump at some point. Temperatures this morning very mild, 50s, 60s, and even some low 70s in the Walla Walla Valley for this morning. A little bit later today, we will have some showers and thunderstorms moving through. Also, the winds are going to be a factor for today, but on the other side of that, feeling very fall-like. I'll tell you just how cool we're going to trend coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Ahead on Good Morning Northwest, one person has been taken to the hospital after being shot by a Milton-Freewater police officer. The message a local school district sent out on their social media pages. And the Kennewick Police Department teams up with the Benton County Sheriff's Office to help make reporting a crime a little easier. But there are a few things you need to know before you report. And it's a way to honor women business owners from around the area and grant a special honor on a few of them. The inspiration behind the Women in Business Conference in Kennewick. All that and more coming up right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica will be back next week. We start this morning with developing news out of Milton-Freewater. One person has been taken to the hospital after being shot by a Milton-Freewater police officer in the parking lot of an elementary school. It happened last night around 7 p.m. at Gibb Ollinger Elementary School. The school district says the shooting did not involve any students or staff. However, what led up to the shooting is not yet known. At this time, it is unknown how many people are involved in the shooting. The person who was shot by police was taken to the hospital. However, their condition is not known. The case has been handed over to the Oregon State Police. The Walla Walla Police Department is searching for a man they say is a suspect in an attempted murder case. Police say 24-year-old Robert T. Lucero is not necessarily a danger to the public, but he should be considered dangerous, so if you see him, call 911 immediately. Lucero is known to frequent the Walla Walla and Milton-Freewater areas. He has several distinctive tattoos, including one of a skull on his neck, plus one on his right forearm that says family, and one on his left forearm that says first. Again, if you see him, call 911. The Benton County Sheriff's Office and the Kennewick Police Department team up to bring the community a new online reporting website. The online reporting system is designed to be quick and easy and reduce barriers for those looking to file a police report for a non-emergency crime. Commander Isaac Merkel from the Kennewick Police Department says it's important for the community to know this is for non-emergency reporting. Once an officer looks at that report, Commander Merkel says you'll know as long as you have an email address.
Police report is auto-generated back to the email address that you provided, which then allows that individual or citizen to have that case number or a report for their records.
Commander Merkel says it's important to remember these are cases where they don't have a suspect, so no charges will be filed. Just document the incident that happened. An inspirational moment celebrating local women in business with the biggest Women in Business Career Conference in Eastern Washington. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma takes us into how attending this event wasn't even a question when it comes to supporting local business.
More than hundreds of women gathered at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick for the Tri-Cities Women in Business Conference. The conference also included the Athena Awards luncheon, where 2 local women received the Athena Leadership Awards. Nicole Green is the business owner of Revive Wellness LLC in Kennewick. She says she wasn't missing out on an opportunity to celebrate other local women's accomplishments.
I wanted to be able to network and meet other women and entrepreneurs. I think it is so important for us women. We have so many clinics here, but we should all be cheering each other on. You know, there's enough around the Tri-Cities to go around, so I just want to be a part of that.
We need to empower and stand by each other and have each other's backs. we're strong women, that we provide a lot to the community, and what else can we do by supporting our community by showing up?
Green says she's been running her business for about 2.5 years, but balancing her new business and personal life didn't come overnight.
You know, it took me a while because I was working full-time and doing my business part-time, and I had no life for about a year. My husband and I knew, though, that that's what it had to take to get to where we are today. Hard work, right? It's not easy. It doesn't just happen overnight. And so just being able to now relieving some of that work to my employees and bringing people in to help me.
Blanche Barajas is a council member for the city of Pasco and former city of Pasco mayor. She says attending events like these helps her let other women know if you set your mind on accomplishing something, you can do it.
2018, I was elected as the first Latina into city council in the city of Pasco in almost 136 years. That is a huge success for every woman that wants to be better, that wants to do better, that probably didn't think that they could be at a local government position, but here I am. But being in these positions and keep pushing forward, it gives you that purpose to then share with someone else that there's a purpose. And so it is very empowering. We're breaking barriers. We're tearing down barriers. And hopefully everyone that thinks that they don't have the potential can meet up with a counselor, a mentor, a coach that will just guide them through that little step that they need to make it.
If you could give a message to someone who's thinking about starting their own business, but they're not too sure or they're afraid, what would that message be?
You know what? Just do it. I worked full-time and did my business part-time on the side for a while, and when I finally took that leap of faith to just quit my full-time job and do my business full-time, it paid off, and I've grown so much since then, so just do it.
Blanche says the Office of Minority-Owned Women in Business is currently doing coaching sessions, helping women get a start on their futures. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
The two women awarded this year are Lisa Bugas and the Community Engagement and Philanthropy Relationship Manager with Numerica Credit Union, and Amanda Lorraine, the CEO and co-founder of the Grace Kitchen. The Central Washington State Fair is going on now through this Sunday, and today you can get a special discount by helping your community. It's Apple Valley News Now School Drive and Pizza Hut Kids Day. If you come in between 2 p.m. when the fair opens and 4 p.m. with a donation of 3 new unopened school supplies, you'll get in for free. Supplies include pencils, crayons, colored pencils, markers, spiral notebooks, packages of notebook paper, glue, or a backpack. The supplies will go to help local kids in need, and tonight you can catch a full report on what you need to know about this year's fair from our very own Emily Goodell. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, why our lawmakers could be making a deal on a budget well before the deadline. Details on what the Senate and the House are doing to make it happen and avoid that shutdown. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queensgate Garden in Richland.
At Mattress Depot USA, we're all about being friendly.
Customer friendly.
Our sleep consultants would tailor the perfect sleep solution just for you.
Local friendly.
We grew up here.
Brand friendly.
The top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Price friendly.
We always give you the best value.
We might just be the friendliest place on earth. Excuse me? Don't worry, you're still the happiest.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I saw the chrome bumper right in front of me, and then that's all I remember.
Willie was hit by a dump truck at full speed, and it's been a long recovery.
I decided that I wanted a professional to take care of it, just from the get-go. The companies just try to, drain you.
The truck's insurance company fought us, but I hit them at full speed, and Willie won.
Mariano took care of everything. Don't go with the first guy that sells you unicorns and rainbows. Go with Mariano.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including saving up to $8 on Rain-X Longitude wiper blades, hot priced at just $11.99. Bi-Mart, celebrating 20 years of employee ownership.
Whether your way home is a loud symphony of chaos, a museum of messes, or somehow there just isn't enough time no matter how early you leave.
So, what do you think? I wouldn't have it any other way.
We're here to help you find the vehicle that's perfect for you.
Find your way home in a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
Head to Queens Gate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, try pumpkin archery, and get creative with pumpkin painting. New this year is laser tag and a U-Pick flower field. Make fall memories at Queens Gate Garden in Richland.
This ship is heaven. Doctor, it's your job to keep everybody alive.
Clear. Come on.
I can tell you got beat energy.
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit. Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is pretty mild out there, especially on the eastern half of our viewing area, but in Kittitas County, we're seeing temperatures in the 50s, and then right at the base of Kittitas County and Vantage, we're in the mid-60s. Then in the Yakima Valley, a mixture of 50s and 60s, 56 for Sunnyside, 61 for Grandview, 59 degrees for Union Gap. Starting to get a little bit warmer now in Benton and Franklin County, 65 for the Tri-City, 67 for Benton City, 59 degrees for Boardman. And then for the foothills of the Blues, look at this. There's always that little warm pocket right there in the Walla Walla Valley, kind of nestled in there in the foothills. So we're in the low 70s right now, 64 for Pendleton. Of course, a little bit cooler up in the higher terrain of Meacham and Ukiah. So a little bit later today, we will have some showers and thunderstorms rolling through. Also, it is going to be warm for this time of the year. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees above average, and it will be a little blustery out there. Winds in general could gust between 20 to 35 miles per hour. The strongest wind gusts are going to end up being in the Kittitas Valley, and all of this will also pose a risk for some blowing dust. I'll show you where we have a blowing dust advisory in place. Also, I'll time out the showers and the thunderstorms with Futurecast. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Nothing is set in stone yet, but it looks like the U.S. government won't be forced to close its doors next week. Lawmakers appear poised to work together and prevent a government shutdown today. John Lawrence reports.
Both chambers of Congress didn't wait until the last minute, but it was pretty close.
If we work together, stay away from poison pills and partisanship, we can avoid a government shutdown.
The Senate has come to terms on an agreement that calls for a vote on a government funding extension once it gets through the House of Representatives. The continuing resolution, or CR, pushes the government's shutdown deadline from September 30th to December 20th.
Look, there's no way politically a government shutdown on the eve of an election is good for you. Not good for the president, not good for the Republican House majority, and more importantly, just not good for the country.
House Speaker Mike Johnson and his fellow Republicans need votes from their Democratic colleagues to get the CR approved.
Thankfully, we're on track to avoid all this mess. Once it's sent over, the Senate stands ready to get to work to get this bill done quickly.
And some members of the GOP are less than pleased with the situation.
It's disappointing. We have a Republican majority. We should be cutting spending, not continuing to pass spending bills that grow the national debt.
The Biden administration is calling for the swift passage of the bill so that there's time to approve appropriation bills for the 2025 fiscal year. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
If lawmakers are unable to get a funding bill passed by Monday, millions of federal employees and military personnel will be affected. President Biden has made his final address to the UN General Assembly as president. During his speech, President Biden calling for a ceasefire deal and a two-state solution in the region. He and his top aides have been working with the UN to try and stabilize conflicts around the world, also telling UN leaders serving the people is more important than staying in power. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, it's considered one of the fastest growing storms storm watchers have seen in a long time. The latest on Hurricane Helene in the Gulf Coast. Plus, Josh has our full weather forecast coming up next.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
Apple Intelligence is personal, private, and oh so powerful, you dig?
And the all-new camera control will blow you away!
U.S. Cellular has the amazing new iPhone. Also, Doug ate all the office cake.
Show me the tape.
See the tape tonight at 10!
Right now at U.S. Cellular, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
If you'd rather be here or here instead of here, then you gotta start here with Honda, the most trusted brand on the road according to KBB.com. Honda's also the best deal on the road 10 years in a row. And that includes the award-winning Honda Passport and Honda Pilot, both winners of Car and Driver's Editor's Choice Award. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get the Honda Pilot with 2.9% APR financing. For details, see your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer.
Sometimes, life is a funny way of turning sideways. Like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day.
Here we go.
Or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions.
We
got you. Are we happy?
We are happy. Find everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
Liberty Lawn and Saw Shop, your destination for outdoor power equipment. We offer a wide range of products from leading brands such as Exmark, Husqvarna, Echo, and Steel. Make your yard stand out with our range of professional-grade landscaping tools and equipment. We also provide a variety of services, including free pickup and delivery on deluxe services. Our team is committed to providing the best care for your outdoor equipment. Call us today or text us for faster service at 509-371-1477. Visit us in West Richland and at libertylawnandsawshop.com.
Prices are out of control with no end in sight, and Jared Sessler supports a 30% national sales tax that'll drive prices even higher. 30% more for your bacon, eggs, and milk. Trying to buy a home? Think again. Sessler would even tax your healthcare and utility bills by 30%. We can't afford Jared Sessler and his 30% tax. National Interest Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today we could have winds gusting between 20 to 35 miles per hour, which is why we have this blowing dust advisory in place for the Lower Columbia Basin. That runs from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. for today. And in part, it's because of this storm system that is approaching. It's going to bring showers and thunderstorms, and of course, the wind gusts are going to come along for the ride. So we're just seeing some light showers over the Puget Sound. Right now, it is far off from us, but eventually it will start to impact us, and we'll show you that with Futurecast. And I think that this iteration of Futurecast is maybe being a little bit slow with things. I think that the valleys will probably experience some showers and thunderstorms by around the early afternoon into the mid-afternoon for the Lower Columbia Basin, the Blue Foothills, and for the Blues. And I'm thinking that by midnight, we should be dry for the valleys. We should be dry for the basin, but we could have some showers left over in the foothills into the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. And Thursday, for the most part, will be dry. Now, there is another storm system that's going to bring another chance of showers up into the Cascades into Thursday evening, into Friday morning, but to the east of the Cascades, we should be dry from that one. So for today, showers and thunderstorms and winds. And also, it's still going to be warm out there. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. But for tonight, it's going to be noticeably colder out there. And that's going to be because, of course, the cold front will pass. Look at that. Some portions of the Yakima Valley could slip down into the 30s. Again, maybe there is that chance for a shower left over in a Thursday morning, another one into Friday morning. But overall, our forecast is much drier after today. Also much, much cooler. Feeling pretty fall-like out there. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Showers and storms possible this afternoon and evening, dry and fall-like for Thursday and beyond. Then for Yakima, we'll have showers and thunderstorms ending early this evening, dry with sunshine and highs in the 70s after Thursday. And then for Ellensburg, strong wind gusts today, calming down by Thursday. Beautiful seasonal weather this weekend and into next week. Then for Hermiston, wet weather possible this afternoon and evening, calm and cooler weather after Thursday. Then for Walla Walla, some showers possible and possibly left over by early Thursday morning. Otherwise, it'll be sunny and in the 70s for the foreseeable future.
Thank you, Josh. Now to Florida, bracing for what could be a major hurricane. Helene is growing stronger over the Gulf of Mexico. Thousands are being forced to evacuate ahead of a life-threatening storm surge. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the details.
This morning, people on Florida's Gulf Coast bracing for a major hurricane. Helene is expected to rapidly intensify into a Category 3 storm before making landfall.
I've seen what the storms can do, and, we've been lucky for so long, so you just never know.
Helene is projected to hit near the Big Bend area of Florida tomorrow, packing 115-mile-per-hour winds, up to a foot of rain, and up to 15 feet of storm surge.
Let's talk about the number one loss of life and property, that is storm surge. 10 to 15 feet, Steinhatchee, Cedar Key, Crystal River, 6 to 10 feet. That's a lot of water for those low-lying areas. 4 to 8 feet around Tampa Bay causes big problems, down to Sarasota.
Helene's progression could be one of the fastest on record. It's expected to grow from a tropical storm into a major hurricane in just 60 hours. Another storm, John, hit Mexico this week, also growing into a Category 3 hurricane in a matter of hours, thanks in part to the warmer than usual waters in the Gulf fueling these storms. Back in Florida, a state of emergency has been declared in more than 60 counties as Helene approaches.
Make sure that you are executing your hurricane preparedness plan. Your gas tanks filled, water, non-perishable food that will last you, particularly when you have power outages.
The governor of Georgia has also declared an emergency ahead of the storm. A large forest fire has covered the city of Quito in Ecuador with a thick blanket of smoke as emergency teams work to put out the blaze. The fire is burning in the northern area of the Ecuadorian capital. The entire city is shut down, including operations, businesses, and schools. Officials urging people to stay out of the area. Ecuador's president canceled his agenda at the UNGA so he could return to lead the efforts against the fire. The area is dealing with extreme drought conditions when they haven't seen last this long. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, honoring a Hollywood and Broadway legend, why James Earl Jones was center stage in New York. We've got that story and your other Hollywood headlines coming up.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your community Chevy dealers.
Taking the time to savor Thomas's crunchy yet soft bagels.
Thanks, Tom.
It's Tom, actually.
Right, Tom.
Tom. You doing that on purpose?
Tam.
Tam.
How have we got to Tam?
Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
It's game day. Tackle high prices with great deals from Overturf Kia. Get sporty with a tech-savvy, fuel-efficient 2024 Kia Forte sedan, starting at just $19,990. Or get 1.9% interest for up to 48 months. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
D-Lynn's Boutique is a lifestyle boutique that offers locally sourced and established brand items. We feature men's and women's styles with a fresh approach to your look. D-Lynn's Boutique brings style that is approachable yet unique, so you can look and feel your best no matter what room you are walking into. Our house brand, Life on the Water, is locally inspired, designed, and printed in Kennewick, Washington. D-Lynn's is located in the Marineland Plaza in Kennewick, next to the Village Bistro. You can also shop easily online at dlyns.com.
Growing up, I watched my mom serve our community by helping others through our church. I watched my dad, a workers' comp attorney, help people get benefits when they were injured at work. I'm Bryant Sutton, an attorney at Bothwell & Hamill, a law firm that exclusively helps people win workers' comp and Social Security disability. Let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell and Hamill.
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Today in entertainment news, Bruce Springsteen, Margot Robbie, and the late, great James Earl Jones.
Yeah, here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Since I was 16, playing live has been a deep and lasting part of who I am.
Road Diary, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band takes you backstage and on stage to see how the Boss and friends put on their legendary concerts. The trailer just debuted for the documentary, which includes archival footage and interviews with Springsteen. The film premieres October 25th on Hulu and Disney+.
Absolutely, it was designed to be seen.
Emerald Fennell has set her sights on Wuthering Heights. The Saltburn and Promising Young Woman filmmaker is set to adapt the classic Emily Bronte novel. Saltburn actor Jacob Elordi is on board to play Heathcliff in the tale of doomed love, with Margot Robbie as Catherine Earnshaw. She'll also serve as a producer on the film.
And suddenly, we're blindsided with this event.
Broadway is honoring the late James Earl Jones. Theaters will dim their lights Thursday at 6:45 p.m. in his honor. Jones, who died September 9th at age 93, won 2 Tony Awards for The Great White Hope and Fences, and received a special Lifetime Achievement Tony in 2017. In 2022, Broadway's Court Theater was renamed the James Earl Jones Theater. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Exactly.
Movies, yep.
Yes. James Earl Jones, 2 thumbs up from me. He was in The Sandlot, he was in Clear and Present Danger.
I feel like Margot Robbie is in everything nowadays, which I'm not upset about.
She was great in Barbie.
Yes.
Loved her. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Lady Gaga has been busy on a movie set and in the studio. The singer has 2 new albums coming out in the next few months. First up, Harley Quinn will be released on September 27th and feature 13 songs. Harley Quinn is a soundtrack album for the upcoming movie Joker, Folie à Deux.
The Grammy and Oscar winner stars opposite Joaquin Phoenix in the movie, which opens October 4th. Meanwhile, the first single from her 7th studio album will debut next month.
I was listening to Lady Gaga this morning. I am excited. I didn't even know about this beforehand, but I'm excited. And a new Joker movie. Are you a DC fan at all?
I don't really like superhero movies. I know that's maybe like a little blasphemous to say, because that's like the biggest category of movies at this point, but I like to cut against the grain.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Superhero may be my favorite genre.
Oh,
so
that's a little awkward.
I'll kick you off the desk. It's okay. Well, up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, it's harvest season for hops in Yakima, and brewers from across the country are in town. What they're busy sniffing that could bring them a great outlook on their growing season. Plus an explosion at an inn in Prosser, the damage left behind, and what fire officials say they believe happened that left that part of the inn shut down. We'll be right back with the next half hour right after this.
In today's Tech Bites, TikTok shutting down its music streaming service. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, says TikTok Music will end in November, just over a year after it launched. Existing TikTok accounts were able to sync with TikTok Music, allowing people to download songs that appeared in videos. ByteDance had been in royalty disputes with music publishers. Next, Sony is launching a new line of accessories for the PlayStation 5. The Chroma collection comes in pearl, indigo, and teal with matching controllers. Pre-orders start next next week. And finally, Spotify's new AI playlist feature is now available for premium users. The feature lets you create custom playlists with simple text prompts personalized to your listening habits. The feature is rolling out gradually and may not appear yet for all premium subscribers. Sounds like AI could prove to be instrumental to Spotify's success. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Fall is the season that's all about change. And we get it. It can be a lot to navigate. But what if we embrace not having it all figured out? Wherever this time of year takes you, we're here to help you shift seasons in style. So lean into the excitement for what's ahead. Because this fall, we've got a lot to look forward to. Your fall favorites are here.
A man lifts his granddaughter.
When pain freezes you in your tracks,
He rubs his shoulder.
VapoFreeze your pain away. Penetrating pain relief with Vicks
He
Vapors.
sprays his shoulder, then breathes a sigh of relief.
VapoFreeze your pain away. Now at Walmart.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Well, thunderstorm chances. I am a little bit excited for this, actually.
Yeah, I am too. I think all of us want to see the rainfall. We want to see the cooler temperatures, and we're going to get both of those. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for the cooler temperatures, but like 24 hours
Exciting.
longer. Let's go ahead and take a live look at Yakima this morning. This view coming courtesy of Bimart. Will be a little bit blustery there later today, so I'm expecting to see some shaky camera views across the region. Current temperatures are, they actually have quite a range to them this morning. Cool in the Yakima Valley, a little bit more mild in the lower Columbia Basin, and just straight up warm this morning in portions of the Walla Walla Valley, as Walla Walla, Milton Freewater, both sitting around 70 degrees for this morning. We are tracking that next storm system coming in, and of course, that's what's going to bring the shower and thunderstorm chances. That's what's going to end up bringing the wind gusts. Right now, just bringing some showers over the Puget Sound. A little bit later today, that will be our problem. Here's today's umbrella cast for the Tri-Cities. I'm thinking it's going to be into the mid-afternoon and after that, in which we will potentially need the umbrella. But you can see for the Tri-Cities, it is a pretty low in chance from hour to hour. So for today, we'll still be warm for this time of the year. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees above average. And of course, tracking those shower and thunderstorm chances. I'll show you that zone by zone look at the chances. Also, I'll time everything out and tell you how much rainfall maybe we could squeeze out of the system. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. It's harvest season for hops in Yakima, and brewers from across the country are in town to select their favorite. They also have a unique opportunity this week to get a sneak peek at hops in development at Yakima Valley Hops. That's where the Brewers Association is hosting Hop Source, a free event where brewers can evaluate experimental hop breeds being developed for the USDA Public Hop Breeding Program and give hop breeders valuable feedback.
They've got a lot of information on how the hops are going to perform in the field, the agronomics of hops, but the piece that's missing that they need help with is knowing what these smell like, and more importantly, are brewers interested in them?
The event continues Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Yakima Valley Hops. A small explosion at the Wine Valley Inn in Prosser left the building with heavy damage. The explosion happened around 6:30 Monday night on the 1200 block of Wine Country Road. Firefighters from West Benton Fire and Rescue say a faulty water heater exploded and damaged the roof and other parts of the building. At this time, the area is closed to the public and there's no known date for reopening. The cost of the damage is not yet known. The owners of Tumbleweeds in West Richland have closed down their restaurant. The announcement was made by owner Keith Moon, who shared it on the restaurant's Facebook page. Moon and his wife took ownership of the restaurant in 2014. He started at the restaurant when he was 14 and eventually took over the family business. Moon says he's already working with a group that's interested in buying the restaurant and keeping it open as Tumbleweeds. At this time, the food truck commitments will be honored through the end of the year. There's an upper respiratory virus spreading through the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter. The shelter is under quarantine now until they get the virus under control, and they can't take in any animals or adopt out any at this time. The shelter is still waiting for test results.
The dogs seem to be responding to a treatment of antibiotics at this time. But this, whatever this is not kennel cough. Tests have shown that. So they're running some more tests and hope to have something a little more definitive by the end of the week. We've had reports that whatever this is being reported also at some other kennels and around the area. So it's something that's not just localized to the Tri-City Animal Shelter at this time.
We'll bring you more information as it develops and when the test results come back. The city of Pasco is discussing billboard restrictions with the possibility of allowing more of the advertising in the city limits. The proposal states the downtown core area will still not have billboards, and this map shows where billboards would be permitted. The numbers indicate how many can be in a certain area on the highway, and the yellow areas indicate where billboards will be allowed but will need to be approved by the city. Some specifics called out in the ordinance: a billboard can be up to 250 square feet. There has to be at least 500 feet in between billboards.
It's going to be a positive for the city of Pasco and the small local businesses, allowing a small managed number of billboards is going to create an efficient and effective option for those small businesses to advertise.
Lehman added every digital billboard his company makes will give one spot to the city so that emergencies, traffic accidents, or other city info like local events can be relayed to the community. The council did not vote on the ordinance change. They will take a look at it at the next regular meeting. Boeing's Machinists Union says it isn't voting on the company's latest contract proposal. Reporter Bridget Chavez says the union doesn't like how the deal was done.
I think the strike will continue until the membership, decides that what's being offered is of real benefit to them.
Nissan Benin, a union shop steward in Everett, says Boeing's improved, best, and final offer still isn't enough.
For 10 years, we had not just stagnating wages, but regressive wages.
Boeing's latest offer includes a general wage increase of 30% over 4 years. That's up from the original offer of 25%, but remember, the union was seeking 40%. A doubled ratification bonus up to $6,000, an increase to matches on retirement contributions, and a continued commitment to build its next new plane in Western Washington. Benin is a 13-year veteran of the company. He says this contract needs to make up for the last decade.
Some of our members cannot afford housing. We even have several members that are living out of their vehicles. They're essentially mobile homeless, and they're just trying to get by.
Boeing ended its pension in 2014, a major sticking point for those on the picket lines.
Many executives in the company are pension holders themselves, so for them to take away pensions from as pension holders doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's not just what's missing on the offer that has union members and leadership outraged. It's how Boeing presented the offer.
Non-traditional and not strictly legal. They're definitely playing outside the bounds of the rules.
Sidestepping the union negotiating committee and going directly to members.
We should be at a point where we can just deal with each other the way that was agreed upon, like adults. This resembles a child throwing a tantrum.
Boeing says it will give union members an extension so they can vote on the offer. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, if you need a new best friend, you won't have to look far this morning. Operation Best Friend is coming up next. And a look outside. Josh has your day part weather up next and what you can expect as you get ready for the day today. We will be right back.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Create a backyard that's out of this world. Right now, save $50 on the MSA 60 CB battery chainsaw and save $50 on the BGA 57 battery blower. Real STIHL.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, arriving in your mailbox this week, or pick up a copy in store. Save on Hampton Farms shelled peanuts, hot priced at just $6.99. Find Blue Fire 1-pound camping propane canisters for just $3.99. Save up to $8 on Rain-X Longitude wiper blades. Plus save $5 on Savory Prime 2-pound bags of pet treats. Celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save more now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Discover the future of driving with McCurley Chevrolet's new electric vehicle lineup. These cutting-edge electric vehicles offer efficiency, style, and performance. Plus, take advantage of incredible savings. Receive $7,500 in federal tax credits, and Washington drivers can get up to $9,000 in instant rebates with the 2024 Electric Vehicle Program. Eligibility rules apply. Don't miss out on this opportunity to go green and save big with an electric vehicle from McCurley Chevrolet. McCurley Dealerships, your way home.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
The stars are shining on GMA this week. And this morning, Niecy Nash is live. Then this week, Divine Joy Randolph, Javier Bardem, and New Kids on the Block. This week, only on
Good Morning America!
We are going to senior prom.
Date with Joe. I'm excited.
It brings us all back to the first time we fell in love.
And the second chance could be as good as the first one.
Or even better.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. All right, let's talk about the who, when, where, why, all the questions about the rainfall for today. So first of all, when it's going to move in, I'm thinking for the valleys, it's going to move in by the early afternoon. For the basin and foothills, it's going to move in by the mid-afternoon. And then when it exits, it's probably going to be the early evening for the valleys, right around midnight for the basin. And some of these showers could linger into very early in the morning on Thursday in the foothills. In terms of if you had to put a percentage to the chances of showers and thunderstorms today, spanning anywhere from 30 to 60%. Looks like the environment's a little bit more favorable for showers and thunderstorms in the basin and in the foothills. But of course, it's going to be the mountains, specifically the Cascade Range. It's going to hog up all the moisture from the storm system. Remember yesterday I was saying anywhere between a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. I've trended a little bit more conservative in that department, so now we're going anywhere between 1/4 of an inch to a ½ inch. But still, I think the point remains the same to the east of the Cascades, and that will probably get less than 1/10 of an inch for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills, and even for the Blue Mountains. So I'll time all this out again with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes, and also I'll show you where we have a blowing dust advisory in place. It's been a while since we've had one of those.
It's one of the pets that you've seen before on Operation Best Friend from the Pitbull Pen. Take a look at this pup, everyone. He needs a very good home.
Yeah, Grant is a chow mix who is looking for his companion. Check out this week's Operation Best Friend.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn. I'm with the Pitbull Pen, and today I brought Grant. Grant has been with us a little bit over a year. He was found in Prosser, where he was a stray for weeks. The whole year he has been at the rescue. He hasn't had a foster or an adopter. He's a very good dog, very well behaved. He walks great on leash. He is dog selective. He's also the Zoomy King. If you love dog zoomies, he gives the best performances ever. I would say a week ago, he took a trip to the ocean with one of our volunteers, and he did amazing. They stayed for 2 days, and he met all types of new people, and he got to see the beach for what we think is the first time. He's 3 years old, and he is just ready for his forever home, and he's a cuddler, so he needs a friend to cuddle. So if you're interested, you can apply with him at Pipplepen on our website. We have a few events coming up. Our most recent event coming up is our giant yard sale that's happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday. It is way bigger than we expected, so if you're looking for anything, and I mean anything, we have it. And then in October, we do have a couple events. We have our Wiggly Butts run on the 12th, and then we also have our pub crawl, which we do every year on the 26th. So if you're interested in any of those events or volunteering at any of those events, you can reach out to us on our website as well. Any gifts or donations would be truly appreciated.
Grant is so cute. We were obsessed with him off camera.
It was all smiles up here during that segment.
Definitely. And if you'd like to see more on Grant or take a look at any more of our pets up for adoption, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Grant needs a home. It's his second time on Operation Best Friend.
Don't make it a third time. Come on.
Don't make it a third time.
That face, those eyes. Come on.
Those eyes, so cute.
Yes.
Well, up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh has your full weather. Plus, we've got the morning sprint, including this story, why the Department of Justice is going after Visa, and what it really means for you long-term if you have credit card debt. We'll be right back.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else.
Ironic.
Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
And I'm already late.
Oh, another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, cranny, nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school.
Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Welcome to the unpredictable, the unforgettable. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
Jason, seriously?
Our Seattle Seahawks battle Detroit on Monday Night Football starting at 5, followed by a special Apple Valley News Now prime time.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors' latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. Get 5 gallons of Super S Agra Plus hydraulic fluid for $29.99. Save $15 on a 20-pound bag of Halo Elevate dog food. Save $20 on a Coleman 4-person Skydome tent. Plus, all regular price Dickies pants are 20% off. Save for fall store-wide with our latest mailer at Cascade Farm and Outdoor. Northwest, homegrown, honest values.
Watch live with Kelly and Mark weekdays at 9.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, we do have this blowing dust advisory in place for the basin from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. as some of these winds could gust between 20 to 35 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and look at the radar for this morning, and we do have some showers over the Puget Sound. This is associated with the storm system that will bring us the winds and the showers and the thunderstorms. So we'll go ahead and show you that with Futurecast. We're going to put this into motion, and come time for 12 p.m., I'm thinking that Futurecast is running a little bit behind because I'm thinking into the early afternoon, this is when we could start to see some showers and thunderstorms for the valleys, and then into 4 p.m., 5 p.m., that's when I think we're going to start to see some impacts for the basin and for the foothills. And then into the 6 to 7 o'clock hour, that's probably when we'll start to clear out for the valleys. By midnight, that's when we'll start to clear out in all likelihood for the basin, but we could have some showers left over for the foothills until the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. And then after that, Thursday should be pretty dry for most of us, except up in the Cascades. There's another little impulse that's going to move through. That could bring some showers to the Cascades, but the likelihood of those showers surviving to the east of the Cascades, that's a pretty low end chance. So for today, in addition to the winds and the showers and the thunderstorms, it's going to be warm out there. We'll be about 5 to 10 degrees above average. And then for tonight, noticeably colder in the wake of this cold front passing. We'll be down into the 40s and 50s, maybe even some 30s for some localized spots in the Yakima Valley. We should be much drier after today. Also much cooler. Some very fall-like weather over the next 7 days. A little bit warmer for Friday and Saturday, but I think you get the gist. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Showers and storms possible this afternoon and evening, and then dry and fall-like for Thursday and beyond. And then for the Yakima Valley, showers and thunderstorms ending early this evening, dry with sunshine and highs in the 70s after Thursday. For Ellensburg, we'll have strong wind gusts today, calming down by Thursday, and then beautiful and seasonal weather this weekend and into next week. For Hermiston, wet weather is possible this afternoon and evening, but will be calm and cooler. We'll have calm and cooler weather, that is, after Thursday. And then for Walla Walla, we'll have some showers possible left over early on Thursday morning, but otherwise it will be sunny and in the 70s for the foreseeable future.
Now, the morning sprint.
The time right now is 5:50. It's time to get to your morning sprint this 5 a.m. hour. First up, here's the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. One person has been taken to the hospital after being shot by a Milton-Freewater police officer in the parking lot of an elementary school. The school district says the shooting did not involve any students or staff. However, what led up to the shooting is not yet known. At this time, it's unknown how many people are involved in the shooting. The person who was shot by police was taken to the hospital. However, their condition is not known. The Walla Walla Police Department is searching for a man they say is a suspect in an attempted murder case. Police say 24-year-old Robert T. Lucero is not necessarily a danger to the public, but he should be considered dangerous, so if you see him, call 911 immediately. Lucero is known to frequent the Walla Walla and Milton-Freewater areas. He has several distinctive tattoos, including one of a skull on his neck and one on his right forearm that says family and one on his left forearm that says first. The Washington State Patrol is asking for your help in finding this man, Bruce Roderick. Roderick has been identified as a man who ran from the scene of a car crash on SR 24 in Benton County. Another person ran from the scene. The other driver was taken to the hospital with severe injuries. The Take Strides Tri-Cities Walk happens tonight. The walk is hosted by the Richland School District and the Tri-Cities Youth Suicide Prevention Coalition. The walk begins at Fran Risch Stadium parking lot. Make sure to wear yellow to show your support for suicide prevention. There will be free food, music, speakers, and giveaways at the Hapo stage. The Central Washington State Fair is going on through this Sunday, and today you can get a special discount by helping your community. It's Apple Valley News Now School Drive and Pizza Hut Kids Day. If you come between 2 p.m. when the fair opens and 4 p.m. with a donation of 3 new unopened school supplies, you'll get in for free. Supplies include pencils, crayons, colored pencils, markers, spiral notebooks, packages of notebook paper, glue, or a backpack. The supplies will go to help local kids in need. In your national headlines this morning, lawmakers appear poised to work together and prevent a government shutdown today. The Senate has come to terms on an agreement that calls for a vote on the government funding extension once it gets through the House of Representatives. The continuing resolution, or CR, pushes the government's shutdown deadline from September 30th to December 20th. If lawmakers are unable to get a funding bill passed by Monday, millions of federal employees and military personnel will be affected. Tropical storm Helene is expected to grow strength and eventually become a Category 3 hurricane once it hits the Gulf Coast. Tropical storm warnings remain in effect for the entire Gulf Coast of Florida and parts of Cuba and Mexico. The biggest threat Helene appears to be bringing right now is the wind. There could also be a number of storm surges. In your business headlines this morning, the Justice Department is suing Visa, claiming Visa is abusing its dominant position in the debit card market. The DOJ filing a lawsuit against Visa, saying it is stopping new options from entering the market. The complaint claims that more than 60% of debit transactions in the country take place on Visa's debit network. The Justice Department says from those transactions, Visa is able to charge more than $7 billion in processing fees. In your health headlines this morning, drug prices are taking center stage on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers are demanding to know why Americans paid so much more for weight loss drugs than people in other countries. Novo Nordisk is charging $969 per month for Ozempic before insurance and rebates, compared to $155 in Canada and $59 in Germany. Wegovy costs more than $1,300 per month, compared to $265 in Canada and $137 in Germany. The CEO says pharmacy benefit managers are to blame. A study from Columbia University found that people who had lost a parent, spouse, sibling, or child had more evidence of biologic aging, the decline of cell, tissue, and organ function. Researchers say this poor organ function could lead to chronic medical conditions. The researchers seem to find that losses suffered in adulthood had more of an impact than losses suffered as a child. In your sports headlines this morning, Football Hall of Famer Brett Favre says he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The famed quarterback, winning a Super Bowl and 3 league MVPs those years of playing, also came at a cost after Favre reveals he suffered many concussions, resulting in continued trauma. It has once again sparked conversations about the dangers of high-impact sports. Favre was in Washington when he made that announcement, testifying amid a civil lawsuit brought by the state of Mississippi, in which Favre is named in a welfare fraud scheme. A 2020 state audit found that over $77 million from Mississippi's welfare program was used improperly. A portion of the money reportedly went to Prevacus, a company that was seeking to develop a concussion drug. Favre was the firm's biggest outside investor.
Ellen DeGeneres released her final stand-up special on Netflix overnight Monday, where she talked about, quote, getting kicked out of show business.
The former host of The Ellen DeGeneres Show says she had to seek therapy after her show went off the air. DeGeneres' staff accused her team of a toxic work environment, with some staffers facing claims of sexual misconduct. Now she says she spends her time raising chickens and not on Botox and filler. And Chilean wingsuit flyer Sebastian Alvarez combined 2 of his favorite hobbies, skydiving and surfing, to perform a world-first skydive to surf jump above an island on Abu Dhabi.
Not only did he sky surf from 12,000 feet up, he then parachuted onto water on the island, then caught an artificial wave and surfed it. He says it has been his dream to do a stunt like this for many years. He's just happy he could do it.
And later this week, the Abu Dhabi Longboard Classic will take place, the first professional surfing competition in that facility. The Longboard Classic will be the 3rd stop on the World Surf League 2024 Longboard Tour. Would you ever, okay, let's see, skydive or surf?
Surf. I am terrified of heights. My palms are sweating just looking at that.
Right?
Surfing, for sure.
Surfing. I would love to try skydiving. I don't know. I wouldn't do what this guy is doing, though.
Go for it, but you can leave me out of it.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, we take a closer look at the new online reporting system with Kennewick Police and the Benton County Sheriff's Office. Plus, at least one person has been taken to the hospital after being shot by a Milton Freewater police officer who's taking over the investigation and what we know so far.
And I'll show you the 2 fires still burning in the region. Also a preview at today's showery, thunderstormy, and windy day. So all that's going to be coming up at 6.